Let's
Hello,
go.
Jim. Thank you for visiting with us today to speak about Autus Advisor Partners and this great new concept, preferred providers. But before we begin, why don't you tell us in reference to what Autus Advisor Partner is, and then we can talk about the preferred provider new concept.
Sure. First of all, Michael, thank you for having me, and a good morning to you. To answer the first question, which I guess is the basic one, is that what is Autus? Autus Advisory Partners has basically been put together to provide consulting services to small and mid-sized companies. We do it in a way that's a little bit different than most. Each of the founding members of Autus really does make up the company, and each one of those founding members have been selected because of a threshold of expertise that they were able to bring to Autus Advisory Partners. Each one of them has at least 20 years experience. Most of them have either started or managed their own businesses, and a few of us have actually spent the last few years sitting on different boards. So we think that Autus Advisory Partners was really put together to provide solutions that perhaps may not be sort of on the mainstream of the consulting docket.
Okay, great, Jim. Now, could you tell us in reference to what are your core services that you provide to your clients?
Okay. Well, at Autus Partners, what we do is that we walk into small and medium-sized companies, and the whole concept is to help them either grow or develop or redevelop. Some of our clients were struggling companies that had a good concept but just really didn't get off the ground the way they thought they would. So we would go in there and sort of rebrand them or create a new architectural structure for them. But our core services are typical business development, value creation, branding or rebranding, structuring and restructuring business models. We like to bring idea generation to companies. Those ideas are usually big ideas, and also to help those companies go global. We are an extremely innovative bunch of people, so we believe that we need to bring innovation to the company that we are being engaged by. Sometimes that innovation is meant to be disruptive in a particular market space. We will bring private equity advisory, venture capital advisory, different ways to create investment theses so that we can go out and find development capital or seek capital for some of these companies' ideas. And of course, we provide legal, IT, accounting, all of the things that a small company may not have access to so easily and may be outsourcing. We bring to the table within the Autus partnership.
Great, Jim. Thank you for that insights in reference to Autus core services. Now I would like to have you talk about this great new concept, preferred providers. Tell us what that is and how you visualize this concept really coming to life.
Okay, well, as you know, as Autus has been growing, and we have been growing, pretty nicely over the last year, so do the needs of our clients, and so does the need for Autus to actually go out and outsource expertise. Whether it be an early stage development business or a business that is just looking to get from maybe a micro business to a small business, or a small business to a medium-sized business. One of the things that we really need to do is we need to figure out ways to get them to go to market with a brand new strategy. And sometimes those strategies require expertise that the 10 partners at Autus really don't bring to the table, or just don't feel comfortable in those particular business disciplines. So in a typical consulting business, a consulting company will go out and outsource that. They'll have plenty of people that they can go to, that they bring in for a particular engagement. And while that's all well and good, our business model at Autus sort of requires that we engage companies and we become their partners. When we say be their partners, we're not 50% partners in their revenue, obviously, but we want to be their partners in their growth, in their future, in their development, sometimes in their leadership. We want our clients to be able to dial up one of our numbers, at all hours of the night, because they either had a new idea or they had a new vision or they just had a problem. You know, we want to be their partners. So it's really hard to do that and go out and outsource expertise. So we came up with this concept. The concept is pretty simple, although it is unique. If we create a preferred provider system, we will then find a menu, so to speak, of providers in various disciplines that Autus Partners doesn't currently bring to the table. And every time we bring in one of those preferred providers, we can boast a new expertise in a particular discipline. And of course, any time that that discipline was required by one of our clients, the preferred provider would be the first call because they would be our partner. To kind of make that agreement mutually beneficial, we allow that preferred provider then to go out and find business that maybe that preferred provider would not have necessarily been able to attain, because maybe that preferred provider was in a particular discipline, but the company that they were working with required much more, required the full strength of the Autus advisory partnerships. So we will allow that preferred provider to actually engage that client. But what Autus will do is because we have great intellectual humility, we will understand and recognize that that company is looking to that preferred provider for solutions. So Autus Partners would nominate that preferred provider to be the executive operating partner on that particular piece of business. And with that would come the advisory board seat. So for all intents and purposes, that preferred provider would then become an equal partner within Autus for that particular client's business. And we would create a company that would include that preferred provider as a partner to be engaged by that client, and that preferred provider would of course sit on the advisory board of that client. And it would almost be like an annuity payment for the preferred provider, because while we were creating and obtaining value appreciation awards from our advisory board role, the preferred provider would share in it equally with the entire Autus team. That's something that I don't believe that other consulting companies are doing these days. We believe once the engagement on an outsourcing consulting job is done, it's done. But as a preferred provider, once the consulting job is finished and we built the business for the customer, or the client would then put us on the advisory board, and that preferred provider would be the chair for us on that advisory board, earning value appreciation rewards until we were actually bought out of that particular piece of business. So we think it's unique, and we're pretty excited about it.
Great, Jim. Thank you for that great summary and providing insights about this great new concept. Is there anything else you would like to share with the participants that are listening today?
Well, if you're listening today and you like what you heard, we are looking for these preferred providers to fill about 26 or 27 different disciplines as we speak. You can go on our website, www.autuspartners.com, and you can click on the link that says Beehive, and you'll see the newsletter that is constantly being created looking for specific disciplines. You could also click on the opportunities link on our website, and you can download the preferred provider form, which will allow you to apply to become a preferred provider and also provide you with all of the details of what you could expect as a preferred provider, what you would be obligated to, and what Autus would be obligated to do on the other side of that. If you have any questions, you can also find us on the web. You could find us by telephone. You can just pick up the phone. There is a directory of people who, if you click on the who we are, you'll find each and every Autus partner. Feel free to call any of them and ask them what the preferred provider is, and I'm sure myself and anyone else on the Autus board would be happy to answer your questions.